After that, we have one more basis of classification, that is structure of proteins. Structure of proteins. Likewise, the DNA is made of small units, that is bases. Same way, proteins are made of amino acids. Amino acid chains. And each organism have specific sequence of amino acids. The organisms whose proteins have same sequence, same or matching sequence of amino acids are grouped together or are closely related to each other. After structure of proteins, we have another term, that is on the basis of nutrition. On the basis of nutrition. So in nutrition, the organisms, they can be, like an organism can be autotrophic, What does autotrophic stands for? Autotrophic means an organism who can make his own food, like plants, green plants. They can make their own food. For example, we have green plants. So what these plants are doing, they are making their own food. And second is, we have heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, it is the organisms depend on other organisms. Other organisms for food. For example, animals who cannot make their own food. Like animals, they eat other organisms, they eat autotrophs. So on the basis of this also, we can divide the organisms into two groups, like autotrophic and heterotrophic. After that, we have one more basis of classification, that is cell structure. So there is a lot of differences between different types of the cells. Like we have some cells have some parts present and some cells have some parts absent. Like we can say here, presence and absence of like cell wall. In plant cells, cell wall is present. In animal cells, cell wall is absent. Presence and absence of chloroplast. Presence and absence of vacuoles, centrioles, etc., etc. So if you see in plant cells, so we can divide them into groups. The cells which have cell wall are in one group. The cells which does not have cell wall, or structural difference of the different parts. Structural difference of parts of the cell. Like in plants, cell wall is made of cellulose, but there are also like fungi. Cell wall is not made of cellulose. In the same way, we have different organisms, like in bacteria, cell wall is not made of cellulose, that is made of peptidoglycans. So in the same way, we can differentiate the organism on the basis of presence of and absence of some structures.